Hi, welcome everyone. This is another one of our heart-powered, inspiring interviews. And you know what? In technical world, something changes every single day, right, Cher, as you know. And I just was a little bit pulled apart by the sound of Zoom is recording this right now. Anyhow, so it's amazing to have you. And all of you, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you. As you know, on a regular basis, we introduce you to one of our most inspiring Hot Powered community members, Hot Powered Global Nation community members, and outstanding leaders, change makers. And this lady that is with us today, oh my God, the first time I spoke to her, she blew my mind. She's really impressive story. What you're doing in business and in life, and the change you're creating is really, really powerful. So who is our guest today? Let me introduce you to her. Her name is Sher Downing. She's a PhD, and okay, she's Dr. Downing, right? But I love Cher, the more informal way of announcing you. She's really
Yeah.
she's really a sought after consultant and industry coach, and she's the CEO and founder of Downing EdTech Consulting. And her company is specializing in the strategy planning, creative development, and executive services field for e-learning personnel and programs. She's also running her own podcast called the EdTech Speaks, and she's the founder of the Speakers Resource Group membership service, a best-selling author, and a regular contributor to Forbes, HBR Ascend, and Medium. And she serves as a university board trustee. And of course, like me and like all of us, she's also an outstanding international speaker and presenter. Well, Shay, it's great to have you with us today. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here finally.
Great. Why don't we hop in right away? And I know that, we live in a time of change, and I think it's never probably been different. We've always been living in times of change, but the change seems to be going faster and faster, right? Especially in the
Absolutely.
tech world and the ed tech world that you're living in and that you're creating your magic in. So, what are the three things that you do in your business and that you recommend your clients to do, and you recommend today our audience to pay attention to? What are the three things on your side that you really bring everything again to a different level?
Sure. So, when we work with clients, we can work with one individual, two, or we can work with a whole team, a whole company. So, the quickest way to be able to help them, regardless of their size, is there are three key components that everybody needs to be doing. One is using your network. And we learned this really powerfully during the pandemic when everyone was shuttered at home. You've got to reach out to people. You've got to have connections to support your business, to support what you do, to support your interests. The other thing is learning from others. You talk to people now, and a lot of people last year were watching videos, were trying to learn things on the fly because they couldn't attend traditional school. They couldn't, go to a training or a workshop. And so learning is always reinventing what you're doing in your business and reinventing yourself. Now, the third thing is just surrounding yourself with positive people. And I know this sounds funny when you're in business because you think, well, I need clients, right? And I need them to pay me. But you will find that when you have positive people and positive projects, the outcome is always successful. And those people are wonderful referrals for you to move forward. We all know when we have a bad experience somewhere, we probably don't go back to that business. And it could be something as small as buying a cup of coffee somewhere. We didn't like their service. We didn't like what they did. That sticks with you. And you mentioned that to probably 10 other people. Oh, I had horrible service at this place, or I had a horrible experience. So you want to pick clients that are excited and passionate and are interested in what you bring to the table for them. That's going to get you a really great referral basis. That's also going to give you really successful projects that you can share as you're cultivating new clients.
And I love that, and it's really, really powerful steps. And I believe, Share, that we are in a position to really pick the clients we love to work with most when we do the first two things first, right? So why don't we go a little bit deeper
Yep.
into this? I mean, everyone today speaks about networking, and you're so right, especially in the current times. Building connections, deepening connections with the people that we might not even have been in touch with, but now is the time, where a lot of people have open doors to really have deeper conversations, or even expanding our network is so powerful in the current times. What do you do to really expand your network and the power of your network? What are concrete steps you take to make that happen?
Certainly. So the first thing I do is use my current network. So I work hard to keep in touch with them, to support them on projects that they're doing. When I get invited, such as doing things like this, one, it's great for my business. Two, I love to do it. And three, because you and I have a connection, I want to support you. I want to see your success. So, all of us already have a network in place, even at the very base level. So what are you doing to stay connected with them? How are you helping each other out personally and professionally? Someone reached out to me the other day and said, could you just look at my resume? I've redone it. I just need a fresh set of eyes. Happy to do it because I'm supporting you. You're trying to get out, work, you're trying to move forward. For me, it's always been about, sharing knowledge and helping others. And oftentimes in business, we get told, don't give away the farm, keep things close, make sure that you get hired, that they're going to pay you for your services. That's all good and fine. But what you have to remember is what you bring to the table is your expertise, your particular talent, and the way that you handle projects. The information and the knowledge that I know, you could probably go out and Google. Obviously, I've gone to school, I've been trained, I've done things, but it's not a secret. There's information out there. And in this day and age, you can find things pretty easily. So if you really want to know how to create an e-learning course, you could go out and Google and figure out how to do it. The difference is I've had the experience of doing it and the knowledge of what works best, and I can bring that to you. So that's for every single person, that's their niche. What are they bringing to it? So be open, share with people, share your knowledge, help others. You're going to reap from that and your business is going to grow from it.
Yeah, very, very powerful. And also what you said is so important. And I think it goes hand in hand with networking, is like learning from others, right? So, in what way, can you give some concrete, practical best practices of what do you do to make time to learn from others, to really, again, it's probably having these deep conversations in the first place, right? So what
Yeah.
are you doing to really open up to learn from and with others?
So I actually schedule time on my calendar every week. Just like you have an appointment, I have an appointment to send out emails, to reach out through Messenger, to have virtual coffee with someone. All of these things, and I will make my list of who I'm going to reach out to next week. In addition to that, I always put a time in on my calendar for topic learning. I like to learn by topic. So this week I'll pick a topic and I read articles. Maybe I'll read a couple chapters from a book. I'll go out and see what's in the news, but I keep it all focused on that same topic because I want to build that learning process. We get in the habit nowadays, excuse me, of we read lots of different things during the day. We get all sorts of, emails, and we get all sorts of newsletters and stuff. And it really fragments your thinking because you don't have all the answers. You're only getting one vision from whoever wrote that. So I find that by studying by topic, and then also, look at your network. Is there someone that wants to talk about that topic? And let's have a conversation about it and let's get their point of view and they can have my point of view and we can talk about what you found and what I found. And it really just has become very powerful in the sense of learning without really thinking about it and just ensuring that you're always connecting and talking with new people.
Yeah, I love it. And so what's the topic on your list this week? What are you focusing on this week?
This week, I'm looking at cryptocurrency.
Oh, that's amazing. Great.
And the reason for that is that everyone is really involved in thinking about it right now. From my perspective, in designing e-learning and designing programs, there's a niche in cryptocurrency in that everything is digital. So what I want to know is, obviously, there's a monetary value of why people are interested in it. But we would not have a lot of people doing it if it wasn't easy to work through the process. So I want to know more about how have they built it? What is the intelligence and the logic that's in the technology, that's in the software? Because all of that eventually, anytime we get something new introduced, it always comes back to education. It always flows down to This is how we're now designing to learn something. This is how we're designing to teach something. So I always like to keep an eye on what's going out there that's really the newest, greatest thing, and see where it fits in. Good example is TikTok. You know, when TikTok came out, it was all about just dancing in your living room and doing something crazy. Now we have teachers using it for their classrooms. They're giving little messages when their students are learning virtually at home. People are using it to show how to do something. It's become very mainstream in our learning process. So when you see something that comes out new, keep an eye on it, not just for the value of what it is, but what it's going to impact.
I love it. I love everything you're saying, Sher. It's so powerful. And especially, you know, in the tech field and in the EdTech field, and as an entrepreneur in general, we always need to be on top of what are new trends, where are we going, right? And I love how you're really planning time, that you're really doing focused learning, because guess what? When you have that kind of view, like this focused topic every week, you start developing a really powerful like filter view. You start seeing like, you know, oh, you know, who does what and who are the leaders, and where can I get that information? I also love what you're doing, and that's why I emphasize it for all of you that are here with us today and are watching us. Again, you know, just pick a topic. Like, you know, you'd say like, what does EdTech have to do with cryptocurrency? The thing is, it might have everything to do with it. As you said, you identify new niches, new applications, new ways of how something from another market is being implemented and successful that maybe is not as established in your market yet, and then you can become a pioneer again. I love that. And also your final hint, combining the learning with the networking. If you're all going out there, okay, really check out who are the leaders in that field. Who are the, you know, who are the really like so sought after speakers, experts, and don't be shy. Okay, don't be shy. Reach out to them, network with them. Okay, don't think like, oh my God, who are they and why would they want to talk to me? Well, they do, because you have your own perspective, your own insight that they could find valuable. So really reach out to the best. Great, Sher. I love that. So as you know, our business is called HeartPowered Business. And I know as much as you're living in the tech world, you spoke about surround yourself with people that are positive, and people that are heart-centered are often positive, right? So what does it mean to you to run a heart-powered business?
Oh, it is, you know, for me, it's all about being passionate about what I do, and what we bring to our clients. You know, I get very excited about projects, and just taking what they're envisioning and making it happen. Because oftentimes people have little expertise in how to actually make it move into a virtual world, but they have this concept or idea, or they're already doing something. So seeing their excitement over having a finished product is always valuable. You know, for me, it's also, how do we always start something new? You know, we start small. We look at something, we think, what can we take on next? What can we do better? You know, what can we introduce to everybody and really just get them to understand, this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it. You know, this is important. And then, you know, we always set timelines. Anytime you're doing something, learning, thinking about something, you know, have a goal, have a wish, have a dream, you know, you really need to set a timeline to make yourself accountable for it. And that can be something as simple as, you know, I'm going to get through 3 books this summer. Or it can be something as major as, you know, here's the growth I want my company to have in 2 quarters. And, you know, line out those milestones that you need to hit. But for me, if you don't have passion and drive behind that, none of those things are going to happen. And it's not just in your business, you have to invest in yourself. If you're a business owner or you're thinking of becoming a business owner, that passion and drive is what's going to push you through on the worst day of your operations. And we've all had them. You just have a day where you're like, why did I decide to do this again? You know, what made me think this was a good idea? But it's your passion and your drive that moves you through that. And when you have that, your clients see it. They see that you're excited about what you do, about what you bring to them. All of you know, when you meet someone and you really like working with them, or you meet someone personally and you just instantly hit it off, that connection is so valuable and so powerful. So you've got to come to the table excited, passionate, and you've got to think of yourself as that expert. You own that business and you need to own that title. That's going to make the difference for you.
I love that. I love how, how you really also make your clients' excitement your own. And as you said, the passion comes from the why, and that's the core and center of everything, right? So again, if you bring that into everything we do, again, we as you said, I love also what you say about owning it, right? Again, yes. So really, really powerful. So I hope that all of you do a little check-in today, right? And then ask yourself, how strong is my passion right now? Do I feel fully alive? And do I share that with my clients? And and how can I share it in a greater way too? Great. And I know, Cher, you are a lady of action, even though you're super smart, right? And there's a lot of thinking going on in this beautiful head of hers. But, as we know, we make progress when we take action, right? So, we get the greatest results when we take action on a consistent basis. So I always love to ask others, as you said, I love to learn from people like you and other inspiring entrepreneurs. Like, what is one thing you do on a regular basis? What is one habit that you have? And maybe if you find it hard to choose one, maybe give us two, but start with one. Let us know what is one habit you have that really contributed to get you to where you are today in the greatest way.
Probably the biggest habit I have is continuously strategically planning in my head. And so I have these little pockets of when I think of something that looks fun or interesting, I have to research it. I have to decide the value in it. Is it worth doing? Because it's real easy to look at a whole bunch of ideas and go, these are great, let's do them all. Learning a new hobby, for example. A lot of people will say that they start a hobby and they quit. They didn't do it well. They didn't research it to see is that truly what they wanted to do, and they didn't practice their craft. They need to spend time with it and do that. And so for me, personally, it's all about having that little bit of strategic planning in my head to think about where am I going next? What do I want to do next? And then as I said, when I read by topic, oftentimes something comes out of that, and I think, oh, I want to add that to my little planning list and think about, is there a way to, bring that in? So, but I think, keeping a journal, keeping a list, different people like to do things different ways. I have some friends that keep it in an Excel spreadsheet. But the important thing is that you're keeping something that's visual. You're constantly checking in on it. You're moving things around to say, oh, this seemed like a good idea. It's not right now. Maybe next year. You move it around. And that can be personally as well as professionally with your business. It's all about aligning things so that you have balance in your life. You have excitement in your life. You have breaks in your life. So if you have a great habit, then do that to get away from working all the time. If you're an entrepreneur, you're a workaholic. It comes with the business. You have to break away from that, clear your mind, clear your focus. Oh, absolutely. You will spend all your time working. So, if you garden, if you paint, if you do photography, go and do that for a while. That will actually make your business better because you come back with a clear head and a clear purpose. So, keep your running list. Think through your strategic planning, no matter how small or how large, for your life, for your business, for your outcomes. Where are you going next?
I love that. Cher, you and I, we could keep talking forever, but there's one question I love to ask, and you said something in the last 2 minutes that I could pick you up, and I would love to ask you more questions. So, but there's always one question I always love to ask, because as we said, getting inspired is great. Taking action on it makes a difference. So what would you invite all, the amazing people that are with us today, the entrepreneurs, speakers, change makers? What is one action, one concrete little action you would invite them to do today to embrace what we've discussed here in this interview?
Sure. So I think, based on what we've talked about today and based on knowing where everyone is right now in the pandemic, cycle that's going on across the globe, this week, plan your network. How many people are you going to talk to? pick 5 to 10 people, make your list, make your topics. What do you want to talk to them about? Maybe it's just catching up. Maybe there's a particular thing they're working on that you saw that you want to talk to them about. Maybe it's something that you're interested in learning more about. Then reach out, make your appointments for this week, and then have those appointments with them, meet with them, talk through them, share information. And at the end of the week, look back and just do a quick summary. What things did you learn this week? What new things that you didn't know about? What new things or new topics you're now interested in? And who are you now looking at collaborating with? Because suddenly you realize you're both working on a similar project, or you have an opportunity to come together and do something. Start small, but get in that habit. So grab your list and get started. And I guarantee you by the end of June, because we're almost to the 1st, if you start now, you'll be amazed at how many more connections you have and how much more information and knowledge you're gaining.
I love that. And Sher, I know that I'm sure like you triggered a lot of interest with me and more questions I'd love to ask you. I'm sure that's true with everyone else. So how can people connect with you? How can they find out more about your powerful community, about EdTech, about what the amazing work you do? How can they find you and connect with you?
So we're at www.downingedtech.com, and there is a contact us page. They are more than welcome to go in and fill that out and just put a note in there that this is where you heard me talk, and I'm happy to reach out and connect with them further.
Right, I love it. Thank you, Sher. We could easily turn that from 20 minutes into like a 3-day session, right? There's so much we could talk about. Thank you for being on with us. Thank you for the inspiration. I definitely took a lot of golden nuggets away and reminders, and I'm going to take you up on your challenge and your task, right? Again, it's such a brilliant opportunity to, again, reach out to 5, make a list of 5 or 10 people, think about what topic you want to talk to them about. What I loved also you said is not like, what do I want them to do for me, but rather like, what can I learn from them, and what triggered my interest on wanting to talk to them. So make them shine is so powerful. I would just want to put an emphasis on that. And then just do it, right? That's how you expand your network. That's how you build partnerships, collaborations, and that's how you grow your business in the end. Love it. Thank you, Sher, for being on with us. Is there a final wisdom that you would like to round it off with?
Oh boy, there's always wisdom, but I think be true to yourself. Connect with people that you feel really come together and are going to support you. We talked about it earlier. Surround yourself with good people. That's going to make a huge difference for you.
Definitely, and Sher is definitely one of them that you would want to connect with. So don't miss the opportunity. Reach out to her. And thank you, Sher, for taking the time being with us. I know you're a very busy lady. And all of you, thank you. I know you are busy. We appreciate having you. I hope we could inspire you and share a couple of golden nuggets that you can pick up on to really make a bigger difference together. So thank you, Sher. Thank you, all of you, for being with us. Take the action, take us up on challenge, and play with us in our HeartPowered Global Nation, right? Let us know what you appreciated, what you took away, and how you're taking action and how that is making a difference for you. So all of you, let's have an amazing, wonderful day. And as I always say, keep speaking up, speak up, scale up, impact the world in your own way. Okay. All of you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll be back with another HeartPowered Inspiring Interview soon. But now let's digest what you heard today. Okay. Turn your learning into action. We look forward to see what's coming out there for you. Have a fabulous day, everyone. And thanks, Sher, once again.
Thank you.